show of hands. Do you guys all know how long it takes to get there? So not including your dorm. So our idea generally is that there's not a lot of open availability for restrooms on campus. There's not in the dining halls, they're not very easy to find, and they're not advertised very well. So that's why our app is going to be called Go Devils.
Alright guys, so our app is called Go Devils. It tackles the essential question of do you know where to go?
So
Oh, sure. My name's Colin.
Oh, I'm Daniel.
I'm Lily.
I'm Haiyuan Wang.
And okay, so the problem we have is just basically trying to find the closest restroom to you. And the way we're gonna create a solution for this is creating an app that's compatible for iOS and Android phones. So it can guide you to the nearest restroom on campus. And we noticed that the restrooms around Tempe is kind of like a wide range, and it takes longer than maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and maybe throughout that time you really need to go. Yes.
So obviously our community would be ASU students. We feel that none of the restrooms on campus are very easy to find. Like I said, there's none in dining halls, and they're not advertised in a very beneficial way, and they're very spread apart. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those map directories on campus. They're like those big blockades that have a map displayed on them. Restrooms aren't widely shown on those, and they're also pretty spread apart to find those directories. So essentially our app would be for its users to find restrooms quickly and easily.
So thinking about our competition, Flash is one of our competitors. Flash is a free app that help individuals find the restroom easily and tells individuals where restroom in. And in the market, there are very similar apps in our market app, but they are all limited on campus. They are just offer the public restrooms in the social. So we plan to create a similar app that we call it Sandivers. It will help individuals, students, and faculty who study and live in ASU find restrooms easily. And our final goal is spreading our app to all universities in the United States. That Colin show our business model.
So our business model is essentially to create an app on iOS and Android designs, both marketplaces. It's going to be off of the Google Maps and 3D Maps offered by the ASU website. It'll be designed by professional coders. We'll be promoting it with marketing to spread word of its helpfulness, and it'll make life easier for you. As you can see, if you're at the field, you can go to the fitness complex and go relieve yourself there.
Okay, our target customers is students and faculty who live and study and work on ASU. We will offer the app absolutely free. If you use your ASU email, you can apply for this app absolutely free. So that Colin show our production cost.
So this is our estimations for our production and marketing costs. Essentially, for production, we would be hiring a coder, and this is also the amount that it would take to keep them on retainer, so that if there were any bugs with the app, that we could flesh out those over time. We also would hire a campus expert to locate the bathrooms and coordinate with the coder, so that he could create the design on the app with the map. The bottom line for the cost for the production side is $26,000. For the marketing, we would be utilizing Google AdSense, targeted Facebook marketing, and 2 brand ambassadors. Google AdSense would be cost per click. Essentially, every time somebody clicks on, if you've ever made a Google search, sometimes the first 2 results you'll see are essentially Google AdSense. So they're not technically your top results, but they were paid to be put there, and every time you click on them, essentially paying $1,000 a month would get you roughly 4,000 clicks. Targeted Facebook marketing, $1,000 a month. This is cost per impression, so different than cost per click. You don't have to have it be clicked on. This is simply to give our app more notoriety, not necessarily traffic, to let people know that the app exists and that they can use it. We would only use this for the first 6 months, and then 2 brand ambassadors, essentially targeting those classrooms that we know are full of first-year students who would really help or would really benefit from using our app. So if for example, we know a CIS class is getting out, it's a lecture hall with close to 300 kids, we would station our brand ambassadors outside to hand out flyers to let people know. This would also only be utilized in the first 6 months of the app. So you can see our first 6 months, the cost would be $2,840 a month, and after 6 months, our cost would shrink to $1,000 a month, only paying for the Google AdSense. Our sales forecasting, so like we mentioned, it is a free app, so how we make money is the question. The first thing that we would do is we would target 5 corporate advertisers. This would be relatively easy, we think, because we know that these advertisers would be looking to target to mostly college students. So of course, we may have some faculty in there, but with corporate advertisers, we'd be able to get about $1,000 a month from each advertiser, totaling $5,000 a month. Then we'd also capture and sell email users' addresses. And that's only about $200 a month. It's not technically $200 a month because these lists are typically sold in groups of 3,000, I believe, excuse me, 6,000 for $3,000. So the revenue essentially is $5,000 or $5,200 a month. This is what our net revenue looks like. So the initial investment is $26,000. The recurring monthly fee for the first 6 months is $2,840, and then $5,200 in revenue. So total after 6 months, we're still in the red at $11,840. Our recurring monthly costs after 6 months is only $1,000, while our recurring revenue is $5,200 a month. So total after 12 months is $37,040.
So a great mentor for our application would be Jeremy Soppelman. He is one of the co-creators and the CEO of Yelp. If you guys are familiar with Yelp, it's generally a customer-based review application. It started out to help people find restaurants that they felt had good ratings, that were near to them, and it's kind of branched out in different ways. We kind of want to use a similar algorithm for our application, where not only would it be to find restaurants that are nearest to you, but also restaurants that are cleaner. Let's say like you're looking for a restroom that maybe is a private restroom instead of bathroom stalls. We could include that kind of algorithm in our app. Jeremy Soppelman also created Yelp for iOS and Android, so we want to be able to do the same thing for our app. We don't want it to just be limited to iOS. And his experience in manufacturing those applications would ultimately be beneficial to our app and the development of it. So our general idea for the end of this presentation today is to make finding bathrooms easier, and it'll help our investors to turn a profit, because not only are they helping students, which looks good on their end, but it also can be very profitable for them because they can have more investors, and we eventually would try to start charging people and that don't go to ASU, so that way people that are visiting, or if we branch out to other locations, could use the app and enjoy its services as well. And that's why we're going to call it Go Doubles, for the doubles who simply have to go.
Thank you.